Kia ora, welcome to the Dog and Pony Show. I am Monique Bradley.
Kia ora, Pete Ward here. How are you?
Long time no see, guys. It's been, a year since we've last done the Dog and Pony Show. And
Yes.
we thought we launched this podcast during lockdown last year and through popular demand, actually, Pete.
Yep.
We have brought the show back on air because so many people have been reaching out and asking for a little bit of help.
Absolutely.
So this year we decided we would really focus on what we've been doing to help businesses grow and share with you a little bit of insight into that. And over the coming episodes, you'll meet some of the people we've been working with. We can hear we're live.
Definitely got sound. That's great.
And you'll also meet some people that we haven't been working with, but who have been using similar strategies to make their businesses grow. So if it all sounds a bit airy-fairy, Pete, what are we going to be focusing on with this series?
We're definitely going to be focusing on how to use a video strategy to drive sales. Pretty simple, straight to it. Everything that we do is basically involves some kind of video, really. And we've worked with so many people that, that's what we do for those people. It's not just about, the thing is, we're not just a video company. We just don't make videos for you and go, here you are, we've done a nice video, see ya. We're not a typical digital marketing agency which says, we'll reach some people on Facebook and boost some posts and things like that. That's really cool. But what we actually give you the whole strategy from start to finish. So we work with you, we build your messaging, we get your branding right, we get that content made, and then we get it distributed to the right places. And we basically use that strategy to drive the sales back to you. And then you come along, you're ready to go, you've got the best offer in the world, and you capture the sales.
Absolutely.
So,
and first of all, I want to say good morning to people who are watching. So Jeffrey Andrew, thank you for the hearts coming through. And also Catherine Cook, thank you for the heart as well. Great to see you guys online this morning. So we wanted to get on board with this series and share with people some of the things that have really worked for us over the last couple of years. So we fell into marketing and media purely by accident. We're both entertainers, and Pete's background's IT, mine is film and television. And we had to look at ways when we were working together to be able to take ourselves out to market. And so we could actually call ourselves accidental marketers.
Sure.
Because we kind of understood the theories, but it wasn't until we started putting those theories into action that we started to see the results. And when things weren't working, we'd adjust the strategies and find the ones that did. Now, Pete, what do you think has been the greatest lesson you've learned as an accidental marketer? And I know this isn't even on script.
It is not on
but
script.
What do you think is the biggest lesson that you've learned since jumping in here and helping other brands achieve incredible success? And you've helped businesses make millions of dollars, right?
Yeah.
What do you think it's been?
Good question. Straight into it.
Picking your brains.
Well, I've learned a lot of being an accidental marketer. So probably the first thing that I've learned is you've got to have your product right. You've got to have your offer right. Nothing. It's probably one of the biggest things. Nothing you do as marketing in the world will help if you're driving the wrong people to the wrong product, or you're driving the right people to the wrong product or the wrong thing. So that's probably the biggest thing. But you know what? Just thinking about it now that I've had a chance to process that little question, it's have a budget for marketing. So many people come to us and they go, yeah, and we go, what's your budget? And they go, well, I don't really have one. And it's like, well, what are you even talking to me for? What's the point of you might as well just close up your business. Yeah,
so true. You do have to invest in marketing. That's a really good point. On that note, speaking of accidental marketing, Jeffrey Andrew just said I was an accidental birth. Thank you for sharing. I feel like we're at therapy. So kia ora to you. Welcome, whānau.
Absolutely.
I would absolutely agree. We all know.
What's yours?
I'm just going to tautoko what you've just said.
Okay.
We all know. Yeah, we all know that setting up a business costs money. There is no silver bullet. Even people who jump in and do affiliate marketing, which is a brilliant business model, especially in this kind of COVID paradigm that we're living in, you still got to invest money or time. There is some sort of payment or exchange. So it's really important when you're going into starting any business that you have to understand there's got to be some sort of financial or time commitment. And remember, that time commitment is time you're not with your family, is not with your friends, is not when you're doing your own self-growth or whatever. So that has a dollar value attached as well. So always remember, you need to have some sort of budget, whether it's time or money. I guess the biggest thing that I've learnt over the years is that if you don't get yourself out there, you are the world's best kept secret. I meet so many creators who have brilliant products or brilliant stories and great services in ways that they want to help people grow or change their lives, but they won't do this. They won't hop on camera. They won't share this story. They won't shout how great they are at what they do from the rooftop. There's that whole tall poppy Kiwi thing. We need to get out of the way, because what's happening in that moment when we're not sharing the product that we've created, when we're not sharing the knowledge that we have, we're stopping people from having the choice of making their lives better.
You do talk about that all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
I get on my soapbox when we're coaching people all the time, and I talk about the fact that Kiwis need to get out of it, worldwide, people need to get out of their own way and stop thinking about themselves and how they might feel about themselves going on camera, and think about the end client. And that's, I guess, one of the things we wanted to really share with you today is, when are you guys going to get online and start doing your own video content? Because that's what this whole series of this podcast is about.
Absolutely.
Right, so let's jump on to topic, which today is really, how does video marketing work? Now, Pete and I, we both come from slightly different parts of the personality spectrum, and we both have different ways of approaching this topic. So Pete, I want to lead with you. And I want you to share how you think video marketing really works, because you've seen it in action.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Monique. Okay. So essentially, what I find about video marketing, why I think it works or how it works, is that it personifies your brand in a way that nothing else can. It takes your brand and it turns it into something that somebody can actually almost approach as a person. So that's what I'm really saying. So your brand or your product or yourself, you become seen in a way you can't do from just posting a post on Facebook. Because when you're on video, like right now, you see me, and I can't fake it. That's what I'm
true.
saying. You can't hide behind it. So it's absolutely it's absolutely there, because people buy from people. So you're personifying your brand. Okay, so the next point is that it builds trust. So basically,
it does too.
If it lets a person approach your brand on their own terms. It's not you ramming yourself down people's throats saying, I'm fantastic, buy my brand, buy my brand, buy my product, buy my product. What it is that people can choose to watch a video. And in that moment where they choose to watch your video, if you've done one, so get on and do them, if they have, they're making the decision to watch it, and then if it's the right video with the right message, they will trust you more because you're delivering something to them in a way that they can consume it on their own terms. So basically...
That's a good point, actually, Pete. I've never thought about it like that. I always think that from that point, it's more about, through your content, you give trust, but you're enabling people through your video content to give them the power to make the choice to engage.
Absolutely. So they will engage if they like you. Like, they'll watch it and they'll make a decision. They'll go, nah, or they'll go, yep, cool, and they'll watch it. So if you're selling recipes and you can help people how to, maybe it's a keto recipe you've just come up with, so you demonstrate it in the kitchen and people want to know that recipe, and they watch you and they go, this person's just crap. I'm not watching that. So they're making the choice to go there. But if you're really good and they engage with you and they trust you and go, actually, this person's fantastic, they'll subscribe to your channel, they'll watch your other videos, and then when you put out a cookbook, they'll buy your cookbook.
Yeah.
Makes sense. See how that works? So that's how it works. And the third point is it's demonstrably convenient. That's
a good word, demonstrably.
So, like, I can prove it works. Video works while you sleep. They can consume it any time on their schedule. Once again, that speaks to point 2. But it absolutely works. It drives sales, like it just does. I mean, of course I'm saying it does, but we all know, people watch videos and then they go and buy. I mean, there's a reason that TV shopping got really, really big, because basically it was a demonstrable, convenient value that they could show you how that mop works. And once you can see that mop works better than the other mop, I mean, I know sometimes it's like they do ridiculous things to make it look like the other one doesn't work, but when you can show it genuinely that your product is better than somebody else's, then they're going to buy it, or they're going to want to buy it, and it happens while you sleep. You don't have to be doing over and over and over and over again. You don't have to do it face to face. You get to do one bit of good content, and then you just put that out there as much as you can, and it works for you.
Look, I totally agree. When I'm looking at our YouTube data and our Facebook data as well, every month on Facebook, Pete and I, through the channels that we own, we reach over 400,000 people, largely organically through Facebook. And on our YouTube channel every month, again, organically. So we barely even load content these days because we've been so busy making content for others. Yep. But we reach at least 300,000 people a month organically. And that's using good video content that we've created over the last 6 or 7 years. And we've got this huge video library. What that does is it creates a huge amount of brand awareness for us and for the clients that we work with. And it does literally trigger sales while we're all asleep. It works pretty much. Every country around the world has some sort of TV shopping channel. New Zealanders haven't quite jumped on it as much as other countries, but because of the influence of how, say, big players like AliExpress are integrating live streaming into their platform, and like Taobao and big platforms like that, we're going to be seeing a lot more of that, and people want to kind of use video to get through the crap and the clutter. And like Pete said, if you've got a product or a brand or a service which is demonstrably possible, it is the way for you to show in real time just how great your product is, and you can do comparisons. I was reading the advertising legislation about it just over the last couple of days, and you can now legally in New Zealand mention the name of a competitor brand. It's a bit icky, but you can actually compare your product and name a competitor without getting, defamation charges thrown against you. That's legislation. So there's all sorts of things that are happening, and I think that is to protect the buyer, protect the buyer and show them that, the legitimacy of actual demonstrations, because we know moving forward, we're moving into the next wave of live streaming and video content and data consumption from everything I'm reading. And people are becoming savvy with their research. Now, when it comes to data, obviously I've already started talking about YouTube and Facebook data, but we've got some stats to show you on how video content actually supports your branding, your marketing, and can help drive the sales. So Pete, let's take a look at the first slide. The first slide, so here we have Tubular Insights, a great page I follow. They recently released that 64% of consumers make a purchase after watching branded videos on social platforms. So we fully believe and know that if you are not on there, you are missing out. Isn't that right, Pete?
Absolutely.
Let's have a look at the next slide. Video, because platforms like YouTube are owned by Google, if you embed video content into your website, it will actually increase your traffic on your website by 157% according to Conversion Excel. So it's great for SEO. Now, Pete, I know if we cut back to the studio very quickly, if that's all right. I know a lot of people they use the term SEO, but they're not quite sure what it means. Do you want to demystify that really quickly?
Excuse me, very quickly, it obviously means search engine optimization, and it sounds, a bit tossy, but at the end of the day, what it just means is getting stuff right so that when the search engines are looking for what they're looking for, they're finding the right stuff. That's all it means. It's very, very simple. So when Google's looking at your pages and your videos, now the thing is, of course, remember that apart from the fact that, they do have scanning abilities and facial recognition software and all those sort of things looking through videos, in general, search engines can't see what's in your video. So it's really, really important to use a proper title, not just Ep 1, Take 2. Yeah. So
that's right.
It's the Dog and Pony Show, business podcast, episode 1, Pete Ward and Monique Bradley. See how
they're all search terms.
They're all search terms, or if they're not, you need them to be, because that's what you're looking for. So people will look for business podcasts. So you better have business podcast in there. It's all basics like that. That's SEO. If your whatever your product is, then just make sure that your SEO title has your product in it. This is specifically for video titles. Goes for everything. Goes for your website. Goes for your blogs. Goes like everything. Everything you do, every post on LinkedIn that you make, make sure it adequately describes everything that that person or the viewer is going to get from that video, because then that helps them make a decision.
So true.
To watch,
so
I mean, to
so
watch,
that SEO stuff is
anyway.
partly for people, but it's also to satisfy those Google bots in the
absolutely.
background that are trying to index your content, index your site, and help you be more searchable. So give them as much as you can.
Yeah, and if they match, basically, really, if Google looks at your website and looks at your video content and they match, and the blogs all match, then you're going to get more Google juice because they all match.
Google
you know?
juice. It's
You know, this, yeah. Whereas if you miss out all that stuff, and then Google goes, didn't match to me, and basically moves on. You know, nothing to see here.
And
you know?
that's exactly right. That's exact. And we've done it, and we've tested it, and
Yeah.
we've worked with content that we have SEO'd the heck out of, and content that we haven't. And it's really amazing to see the results, including sales almost automatically within 24 hours for certain products. So it does make a difference. So those tiny things you do right in the very beginning when you upload your content make a huge difference on your end result. Next screen, we're looking at how it helps engagement. Video content helps engagement massively. 84% of people say that they've been convinced to buy a product or a service by watching a brand's video. And that's, like Pete said earlier, video helps humanize a brand. So it shows the heart and the soul behind the brand. It also showcases your difference with your key competitors. And then in the next slide we've got here, 93% of brands got new customers, new leads because of video content and social media. It's a great way not just to showcase your brand or your product, but to show your brilliance and your magnificence, especially if you're the product creator and you are there on camera as well. People buy from people, as Pete said. Final stats here. Multi-funnel usage. Do we have that screen? I didn't do it.
No.
Well, we'll jump back to studio. Basically, why we love it most of all is that once you've got a great piece of video content, you can use it on multiple social media channels. So, for example, right now we are live, and this video content is going out through LinkedIn, it's going out through multiple Facebook pages, and it's going out through YouTube. So what that means is we've actually used a saturation marketing strategy, which means we want people to be familiar with our faces, our voices, and what we stand for as a brand, and to help as many people as possible. So we've used that sort of ubiquitous marketing strategy to put this content everywhere. And dare I say it, certain public figures from America, for example, Donald Trump, he used that as his marketing strategy when he first got elected into his presidency. So
yes, absolutely, he was going out live on 10 different platforms or 10 different channels across Facebook and YouTube at the same time, so simulcast. So he was probably one of the first biggest figures that I'd seen doing it. So what that means is you're finding the people where they are. You're not trying to make them come to you. So instead of going out on your channel and then sharing it, going, hey, we're live on my channel, come and watch it. He went, what platform are we going out on? Because where are the people? So whoever was running that strategy, fantastic strategy, which I recognised and adopted immediately, is that because some people follow this page but they don't follow that page, you're going to get those people. So not everyone follows across those 10 pages, so he was reaching out, or you can reach out and find those people where they are, and different platforms as well. So, YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn, there's 3 different platforms. So you might be one of our followers that is watching this and go, oh yeah, I've seen you on YouTube, I've seen you on Facebook, now I've seen you on LinkedIn. And TV. But most people aren't connected across each one of those, so they're gonna come into your brand at their entry point. So it's really important to take it to the people, taking it to
I totally
the
agree.
streets.
Taking it to the streets.
Taking
So
it to the
basically
streets,
what we're trying to say is the phone, or the phone of your consumer, is effectively like a billboard.
Absolutely.
It's the billboard that they carry in their pockets. It's what they're seeing all their COVID updates on every day. And if you are on every billboard possible, that gives you massive market saturation. And at the end of the day, people buy from the brand most familiar. So they may not be ready to buy now, but if you're constantly sharing helpful content, if you're everywhere, when they go to make that buying decision, they will choose the one that's most familiar, that's been the most helpful, that's been the most trusted. So often that will supersede price point if you've given value, because at the end of the day, sales is just an exchange of value.
Yes.
To be as helpful as possible. So the reason we want to share this is because we are launching an online program which covers all the fundamentals of digital marketing. And like, I'm just looking here at the list. There are so many great topics that we cover. There's 6 key modules in there, and we cover everything, like we go into a bigger description of how video marketing works and the strategies behind it. Pete, there's a video strategy in there.
Yep.
It's pretty exciting. We're just having a look at the
scrolling down the
content
document.
here.
So the video strategy, I kind of briefly touched on it, and we've also got a download that you can get on our website. It's in our blog. Might share that in the post when we post this out. It's free, no email address needed. It's just click the button, download it, and see how we make it all happen.
That's true. We do look in the course as well at helping you define your content. So that includes helping you define your persona if you're going on camera, or the persona of your brand or your business, because they are very separate things as well. We look at how to create calls to action in a way that aren't ick, because most people are scared to say, right, sign up now and pay blah, 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 and you'll change your life. Most people don't like that. They don't like, and also the consumer doesn't like to be sold to.
No.
So we teach you ways that you can have really genuine and authentic calls to action. We even look at how you structure your content. So there are certain psychological tools and tricks that we share that have worked for us over the years, and we now teach other students or people that we coach and mentor. One of the things I'm really excited about is Pete's going to teach you a little bit about production as well. So Pete is an accidental marketer. He's also an accidental broadcaster. When I finished working on the TV shopping channel Yes Shop, Pete learned all the tools to be able to create an online shopping channel for me. And we've since broadcast to more than 200 million people worldwide and generated a lot of sales for ourselves and our clients.
Yep.
And then you're also going to look at some distribution, Pete, which you were just touching on.
Yeah, just briefly touching on. Absolutely, yeah. There's no point in just putting a video up on YouTube and having 3 people look at it, and one of them is your mother. Just don't do it. Save your money.
Save your money.
Save your effort. No, but if you're going to do it, it's built into the strategy. We help you with that in that strategy session. Is what you're going to do with it, and we call that distribution. Getting it out to the people. Extremely important, and it's going to cost you time or money. It's either one or the other. It's either going to cost you, in fact it should cost you both, because there's no point in spending all of the time and effort and money making your video to do nothing with it, because we're talking about, this series is about driving sales using video content, so video marketing to drive sales. So we want you to do something with it. We want you to get sales. So we will help you.
That's right. So in the same way that you would, if you were doing coaching with us, you're going to get the same approach. We're going to hold your hand right through the series, and at the very end of it, you'll be using exactly the same strategies that we use to get engagement, to get reach, to get distribution, and drive sales. It's worked for us. We've been able to be self-employed for a long time and still always manage to pay the bills by using these strategies. So if that's something that that kind of resonates with you, connect with us either through Facebook or LinkedIn, send us an email, info@yourfixcommunications.com. Reach out, get in touch. We'll be launching that online series soon. And I have to say, when it comes to money, you'll save yourself a heck of a lot of money with all that same amount of information that you get than you would have to pay if you're going to do one-on-one coaching with us. So it will save you time, it will save you money, and you've got a resource you can keep coming back to help you tweak your own strategy. So Pete's just going to bring up on the screen, there's the, that's our email address. Get in touch. We would love to hear from you. And over the next few episodes of the Dog and Pony Show, we're going to share with you stories from actual people who have used these strategies to help drive sales in their own business, because we can talk about it all we want, but it's when you hear from these other people who have incredible success stories, that's, my friends, where the proof of the pudding is in the eating.
Well done for getting that saying right.
I know.
So many people would cut that off. The proof is in the pudding. No, it's not. The proof is in the eating.
Yeah,
the pudding.
that's true.
We all like eating pudding.
Oh, I want pudding
I
now.
want pudding now. Yep.
Hey, so on that note, guys, make sure you reach out. We've got to go. And look, great to see you all again. And please stay safe. I am Monique Bradley. Thanks for watching.
And I'm Pete Ward. Thank you. It's the Dog and Pony Show. We're not quite sure who's the dog or who's the pony. But hey.
We're here to have a good time.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Ka kite anō e no hora.